And if you want to talk about massive, Bell's might need their own zip code soon. But all that beer goes through a very careful process.
Being such a large facility, I mean, quality is going to be absolutely key for you guys. Can you tell me a little bit about your labs, your quality control team, and how you guys maintain, you know, the freshness of the beer and just making consistent beers?
Sure. I usually taste every beer that we make in this facility 4 or 5 times before it leaves the door, along with with a large group of core tasters. Every beer is tested multiple times for microstability. We run analytics on everything as well. Our goal is to maintain the character and the quality of the beer.
Beer and science. You gotta have both to be a rock star like Bell's. I wanted to find out more, plus they said I could light something on fire.
How many fermenters are here?
Right now we're in D cellar, so it's just one little section of the brewery, but there are quite a few 520 barrel fermentation tanks. They go up a couple stories here. All in all, we have 36 tanks right here in this area, and they hold quite a bit of beer.
So every day you come in here and you take samples from each of their fermenters, correct?
That's right. Throughout the fermentation process, we want to make sure that spoilage bacteria and spoilage yeast don't get into the beer and cause off flavors.
And I heard all of this involves a blowtorch somehow.
That's right. So because we're a brewery and there are beer spoilers all over the place, and we want to make sure that we're not picking up bacteria that may be on the outside of the faucet. We want to make sure that we're actually getting a sample of what's inside, so we use heat to sterilize the faucet before we pull the sample. And then we'll take it to the lab for testing. So we're going to take our sample here, and we're going to pipette a little bit of our sample. It's actually 1/3 of a mil. We're going to draw it up, and then we're just going to put it right on the Petri dish here. We don't want to just leave it on the Petri dish. We're going to spread it around a little bit so it's nice and even on there. If we have any wild yeast, they'll be able to grow on this auger. And when we're done with this, we're going to let them dry, and then we're going to put them in the growth environment and let them grow for 2 days to see if we have any growth.
Thanks for letting me hang out with you.
Yeah.
Two Hearted is one of your most popular beers, and you have an entire cellar dedicated to Two Hearted.
We do, and we're actually adding on to that and building another cellar that will be.
I think that's happy.
Yeah,
happy for the whole world.
Yeah, cellar A is the Two Hearted cellar, and the new cellar is called cellar A plus, actually.
Tell me about these tanks. I hear they're engineered specifically for Two Hearted beer.
That is true. This is there's 14 tanks in this cellar. They each hold. We brew 410 barrels into them. They can hold upwards of 600 though. One of the fundamental tasks that we do in each one of these tanks is called fozzing. This would be a slow process. There's 410 barrels of beer that want to leave a 3-inch port. This is the stuff that, while yeast is arguably one of the biggest driving factors of flavor in beer, if left inside the tank too long, it actually can impact it negatively. So yeah, that's the technique of fozzing.
So we have had a load of fun today here at Bell's Brewery.
It has been pretty awesome, but I do have one question. How do we get out of here?
No idea.
Hello!